There is a report that indicates that 25 people die every day, both on land and water. Does that worry you as a Minister of Works?
Yeah, it worries us. Actually, report people who die on the road and the water transport, they are even more than 25. Because you see, these have been 20, and they are near within the central part of Uganda, where the media people can reach. The other day, I was talking to my people in Lake Albert, 10 people died. After 3 days, 6 died. It was not anywhere, and the news stopped within Lake Albert. People die, even there are others dying on other lakes whom we don't know. It's because we don't, Ugandans don't give much attention to water transport. We feel concerned, even if it was one person dying in this government, we feel so much concerned. That's why we are coming up very fast. And we had earlier seen on water, everyone, you can even get your timbers, make your own canoe, go on the water. After when the president assented to it, so far the Ministry of Works and Transport has registered 80% of the boats we have on the water. The registration means we give you a license. Before we give a license, our engineers here, they see which type of boat are you using, is it worth it to be on the waters, then they license you. And this one has been done on a voluntary basis. Because after the act was passed, we need to put regulations in place so that Uganda police can start enforcing it. Our technical people had to benchmark with Kenya because for them they are far away to see how do they do it. And a lot of consultation has been made with the stakeholders to have these regulations in place. And I speak now, before this incident happened, they were already before the Solicitor General for final review, because the Solicitor General is the final guider when it comes to the law on our side for final review. And after final review, we have the regulation in place. But what is bring problems? We may not say police has not done its part. Maybe EPDF has not done its part, no. They have done the part, but the roads, you can design a road, you see that the road will pass here, and now you deploy traffic officers, as we have seen, traffic police officers I have seen in Uganda. But with water transport, any direction a boat takes reaches where it wants, as long as someone in the head know this direction I'm supposed to go. But now we have.
But you know very well that these boats, especially like that one that capsized, they have a loading. There's where they dock and load these goods and people. Why don't you have a police officer where they load? Those are not a few people. Right?
Currently,
so I don't think you'd want to hide in the fact that this is a vast lake. So any direction people are loading, there are not so many landing sites, all right? Especially where you find such kind of boats loading people. Why hasn't government done something about it?
okay, what I must assure you, all the landing sites, the ones gazetted, the ones known by government around Lake Victoria, we have marine police. It is enforcing if you overload your boat, they can't allow you go. You may find this very incidents, the history the survivor told us, the owner of the boat started collecting people as early as 2 a.m. Bring them. In mind, why he was doing so that since he had overloaded, he was taking many people, he does his business before the morning hours. We have police officers on all the landing sites, but you see, these are human beings. Police might be on the landing site A, the one overloading goes to the landing site B, landing site C. Even they have come up to establish their own landing sites. When the police comes and chase them away today, they come back. Since this incident was in the night hours, sometimes even the lake is very big. Even the manpower police has, it is still minimal.
There is a Marine Act in place.
Yes.
You have taken 2 years to come up with the regulations.
Yes.
Don't you think you're cheating Ugandans? Yet you know that there is a danger.
I may not say we are cheating government. You know, when an act comes in place, you have to sit back and develop the regulations which you give to the ones who are supposed to enforce the law, to put the law in place. And some of these things to come up, we must consult to see people have ever worked on it. I may not say there are 2 years from 2021 because we have got a lot to do. Now from 2021, you remember that was the time of COVID, where even movement was restricted. Most of the business in the government was on hold. If it wasn't COVID, by now we could be having it in place.
What's the penalty in case someone is not putting on a life jacket?
I may not mention of the penalty now because we need to bring the regulations in place. If I tell you now the
So in case someone was found without a life jacket, you can't do anything to them.
So if the regulations come in place, if we find you have not put on a life jacket, you yourself, the one who is moving, you will pay some fine. Then the one who is operating the boat, we shall withdraw the license because you are attempting to take away the life of that very person. You, the one who is seated there, you have to pay a fine.
So as we speak right now, when people are perishing in the lake, there are no laws that are governing that kind of transport as we speak.
Yes.
That's what you're trying to mean. That people do whatever they can and to whom it may concern. Is that the situation?
Yeah, because even if you got someone right now, you take to the courts of law, court will not proceed. But what we have done, I think by next week, we are going to bring a statutory instrument because it gives the minister powers. This instrument, when we bring it, will be a law as we wait to finish the regulations. We are bringing, by next week, we shall bring it on board and shall tell the entire country. We are saying that with effect, that instrument will be in place. There is no any boat operator who should operate beyond 6 p.m. Operate from 6:30 a.m. up to 6 p.m. Then whatever business you are doing, stop it. Then number 2, we shall not allow anyone to board your boat when doesn't have a life jacket. And also we shall put in a team regulating the type of the life jacket you are putting on, because there are things you see as life jackets, in actual sense they don't serve the purpose. Then even the operator, when we find you, when you have loaded someone, you have put people who have not put on life jackets, we shall withdraw the license and also arrest you. That's what they're going to communicate to the country next week. Then lastly, the issue of loading. When we get to you, when you have loaded, as we wait for the regulations, you have loaded your boat, we withdraw our license and also arrest you, charge you, the owner of that boat, together with the person who is operating it. That's what we are bringing next week, so that to save our Ugandans, as we wait as government to finish these regulations, we hand over to police through Uganda Police Marine Department to enforce.
So how about the life jackets? Who makes sure that they meet the standards? And what kind of information do you avail to the users that actually, if you're of these number of kilograms, you should be wearing such a type of jacket? I just see a stash of jackets people just grab and put on. There is basically no information or sensitization about what kind of a life jacket should someone put on vis-a-vis their weight.
Currently, our Marine Department in the Ministry of Works and Transport, it has been doing sensitization for the last 6 months. And I'm very sure the people staying on the waters, they know which kind of life jacket they're supposed to put on. The life jacket goes hand in hand with the kilograms you put. The kilograms you have, your weight you have. Someone of 80 kilograms cannot put on a life jacket of someone who is 20 kilograms. And also, we have consulted UNBS to give us a team which will be traversing on the waters to arrest those who are selling the life jackets which are substandard, which are not within the standards. Then also we have sensitized our people which qualities does a good life jacket has. How does it look like? We have shown them what we have supplied as the ministry, and also we have showed them what's the purpose, what makes a life jacket to be a life jacket. People are already aware, but now we have consulted UNBS because the regulators of the standards of the materials, everything we bring in jackets.
What's the lifespan of those life jackets?
If you have used the the life jacket, for example, the ones we gave them very well, properly, within 5 years, you can stay with it.
Thank you so much for according us your time.
Okay.